Alright, everybody. Welcome back to another one. Today, it's time for show number 9, I think, of the 2026 BeamNG season. So, we're here still in Gilbert, Pennsylvania. We just saw a show here 2 days ago with the Send It series. Points are looking crazy because Tristan England full swept the last show here at the West End Fairgrounds. And because of that, he expanded his lead from being a 2-point lead to a 14-point lead, driving the BKT. So Tristan England is looking at just about unstoppable right now. We'll see if that changes tonight, or I guess I should say this afternoon. Right now it's looking like it's all Tristan's game this series, but we're only 3 shows in. This is show number 4 for this tour, and there's still 5 months to go. So anything could happen, but so far Tristan England is dominating. We're just going to get things started here, though. Of course, with timed racing, all 10 competitors will have 1 pass on the track, try to put down the best time they can. Now, we're going to quickly send out Jamey, Sulivan, and Sparkle Smash, who will be competing first tonight. We're going to send her out really quick to demonstrate how this racing course looks. If you're watching the show on Thursday, you'll know how it works already, but if you didn't see that show, here's how it's going to go. Drivers will start here on the pod. They're going to have to make their way through this berm. Then they're going to go around the big pod. So this is good for Jamey. She gets an extra bonus pass that no one else really will. Then you're going to cut through the middle, come around the bend here, go around that bat wing. 1 big straightaway in this racing course. Then you got to take that hairpin turn up to the pod, over that racing lane, and that is how racing will look tonight. So Jamey, Sulivan, and Sparkle Smash, like said, will be kicking off timed racing here. And that's also just a demonstration. That was not a real pass. That's just to show you fans how this is going to work tonight, since it's a lot different than what's usual for a track style like this. So with all that being said, we're going to get things started here. Let's make sure she's staged up behind that red, though. It's an important thing here. Let's go. Hold on. I'm getting blinded by the sun right now. Let me try to fix something really quick. Alright, well, I tried my best. It looks like I might just be... Okay, let's go. My apologies. Had to take a short second there, but we're gonna get started here. Timed racing, of course. Always how we kick off these events. Jamey, Sulivan fell to last place in the last show here in Gilbert, so she has a little bit more work to do. Alright, getting started with the first pass of the event. Immediately, she's starting to crash a little bit here, but she looked very fast out in St. Louis just a week ago, and now she is here doing another show in Gilbert, trying to make up some valuable points, going very wide around the bat wing. You might want to try to keep it a little bit tighter in than that. Let's see what she can do. Going into the hairpin, she's going to oversteer that Monster Jam truck. Taking a lot of speed to the final jump, crosses the line right there. And that time for the Sparkle Smash, 33.26, not a good time for Jamey, unfortunately. Those best times that we saw at the previous event, I want to say, were roughly around 27 seconds. So that's about 6 seconds less than, sorry, 6 seconds over where Jamey will want to be sitting right now. But you know what? Some nights are better than others. She's just really struggling in points. She can't afford to keep placing low, but as things stand with the previous event here in Gilbert, that is not a good time. We'll see how the rest of the competitors do, because all 9 other drivers in the field still ready to go. Coming up next, team captain of Overboard Motorsports. Please welcome Jamey Garner. That's right, from one Jamey to the next in this competition. And that's just because it just so happens that both Jamey Garner and Jamey Sulivan sit in those bottom 2 spots on the series right now. So, interesting coincidence there. Obviously not a great one for the Jamey fans out there, but that's how it's looking. So, let's see. Jamey Garner, here he goes. Now, Jamey has a bit of a different chassis than most others here. It's just about the same as Mike Christensen's chassis, which we'll see him towards the end of this competition. Right off the bat, though, Jamey is looking excellent in this pass, actually. He really needs a good pass right now. Looks like he's going to just oversteer that a bit too much, and that's going to hurt his time here. He needs to be faster on that reverse, though, because every second counts in timed racing. It's not like normal racing where once you mess up, you know, the other driver's already won. No, every single second counts. Oh, man, Jamey's going to roll it. Wow, an interesting ending for the overboard. He's going to lose the hood. And Jamey's going to put down a time of a 31.20. So he does get the fastest time of the night. But unfortunately for him, it's going to cost him the hood of that Monster Jam truck. And also not the best thing ever. Don't worry, you will be seeing the B-Monsters chassis. Actually, in the next two races, we're going to be seeing that chassis. So I hope you're ready to see it because, whoops. Okay, I pressed something. I might lag out for a second. Don't worry. I just don't want my streaming software to crash again. Because coming up next, it's going to be your first look at Team Throttle Monster so far in this show. In a chassis that some drivers have had great luck with, other drivers have had not so great luck with this. Camden Murphy has gone undefeated in timed racing with this chassis, so can Dalton Widener try to find that same luck? Let's find out in the Shell Shocked, his one and only racing pass tonight. Let's see what he can do. Now, at the start of the season, this chassis was giving drivers like Fernando, Armando, MJ, and Dalton all a little bit of trouble because of just kind of instability, and Bryce Kenny as well, but very quickly, drivers who have adapted to this chassis are getting the fastest corners out of the whole field, like Chucky Pauken has some of that. Like I said, Camden Murphy. So let's see if Dalton Widener can be one of those successful drivers in this truck. Right off the bat, it's looking pretty good in this pass. Oh, he's going to go a little too wide out there, but able to adapt quickly. Yeah, he's not looking as fast in these turns as he was yesterday, or sorry, on Thursday, so that's awkward for him, but I will say, goes around that batwing, very nice. He's got one more turn left to go, but see what he can do. Keeps it grounded, not gonna roll it, so good for Dalton. He is your new leader, and it's actually a pretty stellar time. It's a 27.52. I believe that's within a second, maybe even a half second of what the winning times looked like earlier this weekend. Gilbert. So, nice work by Dalton, putting down a pretty solid time right there. Very, very nice. It looks like those chassis are just great for racing here because they have a lot of traction, and although that traction can sometimes bite too much and cause the truck to roll, for the drivers who have now adapted to this new chassis style, it's actually helping them sling through the corners a little bit faster, stay grounded. That's what we saw for Dalton. He just didn't have enough speed. But Armando Castro and El Toro Loco going to have the opportunity to show what this chassis can really do. 1 second here. I'm going to change one thing very quick that should hopefully help bring down this bit of lag we're seeing. Alright. Alright, here we go. Just going to do that. Gonna do that. Alright. Yeah, we should be looking a lot better here. Let's get into race number 4. Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. So Armando, he has really been struggling with this new chassis, but at the previous event, he actually had better luck than at the first shows in Tacoma. Let's see if he can ride that wave. Armando going into this pass here. Let's see, taking it nice through that first turn. Immediately, this is by far the fastest pass we've seen. This is what I'm talking about. Nice traction. It allows him to basically circle that pod perfectly. Armando's looking good. He's going to clip the batwing, though. That's going to hurt his time. If he can get enough speed in the straightaway, though, he could still take the lead. He's going to have to be perfect at the end. He is perfect at the end. Let's see if he can do it. Armando, big speed, but the time, oh man. The time for the El Toro Loco is a 28.12. So clipping that Batwing, just riding it a little too close, unfortunately, is going to cost him. So Armando, a great effort, but it is a 28.12. That's going to currently be enough for second place tonight. All right. This next driver coming up next here, I just kind of repeated myself. This driver is going to mark the halfway point of time racing. This is your 5th driver out of 10. Still looking to make his big break with Monster Jam. He's been a fan favorite over the last couple of years. And let's just say he's going to get you on the edge of your seat because he's living on the edge. Brandon Toluchka. Brandon's been having some rough luck this season. First show, he placed last place with, I think, only 4 points. But over the course of time, he's now rose up to 6th place on the series standings, which isn't all that bad. So maybe Brandon can finally start to find his flow here. He's going to take it, actually avoid the berm, which might help to get him some better speed here. Very nice around that pod. He is looking perfect. Let's see if he can avoid that Batwing. That's what got Armando. Okay, he's going to avoid the Batwing, but he's going to oversteer. It's going to hurt his time a little bit, but he's actually not going to suffer too much. Very quickly is able to adapt. Big speed, and it's going to be huge air. That big air is going to hurt him. I think if he could have been a little bit more squared on that ramp and not gone so big, he might have taken the lead, but his time is a 27.89. That's going to put him in second place currently. He's going to knock Armando down to 3rd. So it's a good time, but I know he probably wanted to be a little faster than that. Regardless, he is going to be leaving this competition with at least 4 points now, which generally is a nice place to be sitting when it comes to the series standings. All right, coming up next, one of the fastest racers in Monster Jam today. Please welcome Alex Bardin, Velociraptor, kicking off the second half of timed racing. Let's see what he can do. Very experienced in his craft behind the wheel of a Monster Jam truck. Pulling up to the line. He's getting to be a veteran by now. He's been doing this for quite a while. Let's see if he can show that off in his driving here. Get started immediately. This truck, you could tell the suspension's a little different. It sits lower to the ground. It's not as bouncy. And I think that's going to help him really find speed, especially in these corners where he's going to need them. This is actually perfect. There is no mistake so far for Alex. Can he keep that streak alive in this final turn? Yes, he's going to go a little bit wider than he probably wants to, but it's an excellent time. The Velociraptor, a 25.91. Again, that's a 25.91. That is the fastest time we have seen on this track yet. So Alex Bardin, what a great pass right there. He was looking perfect on that run. He had just about everything that he needed to in that pass. And that's going to help him get some more points on the series, because that's going to be really hard to beat. Alright, coming up next, Alex Bardin's team captain. So he's actually now got to live up to that title a little bit, since you don't want your own teammate to be the one to take you out. It's got some of that competition in there. You want to beat those other people. Coming up next, Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Let's see what he can do. So far, it's been a very, very eventful competition. Mike Christensen, Vendetta, he's getting started here. He's cutting it close to the pod, but he's going to oversteer it. Tough break for Mike. We were just talking about this chassis earlier. Jamey had similar struggles. Mike is now going to have those same issues. So let's see what he can do here. Because there are no turn pulls out there on the track, there's no penalties for going inside the lines. It's just make sure you cross that big line at the start. That's really the only thing you have to do, is cross the line at the start, cross the line at the finish. From there, you just got to make sure you're following the course. You should be good to go. Mike, unfortunately, not going to be fast. It's a 31.71, which is going to put him in second to last right now. Not sure what the exact number for that is, but I know it is second to last. I think that's 6th place currently. So, tough break for Mike. But we'll see how these next drivers do, because that can determine how he places. Coming up next, she was the first racing winner of the season. She has fallen down a little bit. Now in the point standing, she's actually 21 points behind after having the first overall win. So she's got some work to do to climb back up a little bit. Let's see if she can. It's Brianna Mahon, Whiplash. Getting staged and ready here. Looks like she jumped it a little bit. Restage that truck. Let's see what she can do. She is getting started here. Keeping it nice and controlled through that first berm. This is what we need to see. Perfectly outlining that pod. So Brianna has been very fast all year. Let's see if she can keep that streak alive, because she really needs these points. This is an excellent pass. No mistakes yet. She might be able to knock out Alex Bardin. I wouldn't doubt it. Big speed to the finish. Oh, so close for Brianna. Oh, almost rolls it over too. She's getting ragged edge out here. That time for the Whiplash, oh, her tire got caught, is a 25.93. That's going to put her in second place. But it is very close. Actually, it's super close. That is 0.02 of a second behind the time from Alex. So Brianna was super close. I mean, just a tiny bit better. She could have taken the lead, but Alex Bardin remains in that top spot by 0.02 of a second. That is crazy. That goes to show how competitive this series has been and will continue to be. Very, very close competition. That's what makes these shows fun to watch. Timed racing is not as entertaining, as head-to-head, I know, but still, it's things like that with those tiny differences in the times that make it fun to watch. Because the thing with head-to-head is, if both drivers make mistakes, then it's still not really a good race, but anyone could still win. With timed racing, you have to be on your A game no matter what, because you can't rely on your opponent failing. And I think that just pushes these drivers more, and that's what gives this competition those close calls like that. Matt, Cody, and Gravedigger, your second to last competitor. Let's see if he can do it. Matt Cody has been sitting second on the series basically all year long. He's just not been able to make it up to first, but he hasn't been doing bad in points at any time either. This is excellent, though. He is picture perfect. He's slinging into these corners so precisely. I mean, this is awesome work by Matt Cody. Can he do well in this last turn? Oh, he basically outlines it. Big momentum. Oh, very good pass, but I guess just not enough precision. That time, a 26.20. Again, a 26.20. That's going to put him in third place, an excellent spot to be, but it is not the top spot. You know what, there's something fun about every chassis to drive. You know, the ones like Jamey has and Mike has in this field get the biggest air by far. If you want precision, lots of great things to come out of CRD. Team Scream chassis is always fun. Beam Monsters chassis is great for racing. They can corner so well. There's something great about every chassis you fans see here on the field. It's hard to pick a favorite because they're all so well made and all so competitive when they're put up against each other. Coming up last, he went undefeated in show 1, getting the clean sweep. But whether or not he can do it again all starts here with timed racing. His time now can determine the course of the rest of this show for Tristan. He's going to have to do good here because he has a lead to defend. Tristan England and the BKT gets started. Now this truck also has a little bit of differently set suspension that has been working perfectly for Tristan all season. He placed very high up in the first time racing. He won the last 2 in a row. Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row. It's all going to come down to this last turn here. He's looking like one of the best times here. Oh, that's a huge mistake for the BKT. He's going to get a good time, but it's going to end his win streak. He's going to get a 26.85, which is going to be enough for 4th place. But that means your racing winner, Alex Bardin, Velociraptor. Very nicely done by Alex. He was in last place going into Gilbert Show 1. And now, over the course of 2 shows, not only did he climb up to 5th, well, now he has a win to show, and he might have just made it into 4th. We're going to count up these points right now because there are some crazy, crazy things happening in the series standings. But I believe I was correct right there. I think he has made his way into the top 4 for the first time this year. So a huge win for Alex Bardin with even bigger points implications. That's what he needs, what he has been needing. So very nice for the Velociraptor. But I'm going to give out those official series standings momentarily. Tristan England's lead also has been reduced. However, it has only been reduced by 1 single point. So not really going to do too much damage for him. So Tristan England remains in the lead now with 81 points. Cody remains in second with 68 points. Brianna Mahon remains in third with 67 points. Those have been the drivers to watch all year long in the series. However, here's the story. Christensen only has 55 points, while Alex picks up 10. That puts him at 56. So Alex Bardin and Velociraptor has made his way into the top 4 on the series. Very good news for him. Dalton Widener also now climbs up into 6th place. So Dalton, that much needed success in racing tonight, gonna do a huge, huge helping for him. Jamey, Garner, and Jamey Sulivan remain at the bottom of points, and Armando is gonna drop down into 8th. All right. It's that time for fan scoring to kick off. That's right, fans. Those of you watching will now have the opportunity to put in scores for all of these drivers coming up. All you got to do, watch the run, go into chat, and say what number 1 to 10 to any decimal place you want you think the driver deserved. Then that will be averaged out with an expert score, and that will be the official score. So for all 10 competitors, we are going to be doing fan scoring. This will carry over into freestyle, so you're not going to want to go anywhere. This is an interactive show. The order for this competition is going to be based off of timed racing placements, which means coming up first, Jamey Sulivan, Sparkle Smash. So Jamey has really not been doing good. I mean, she came into this show at last place on the series, and then she got last place again in timed racing. So unfortunately for Jamey, she is just not finding any flow this year. I mean, she's found her flow, it's just not winning at all. So let's see what she can do. She's got 2 attempts here to do the best move she can on 2 wheels. I will say, this is definitely Jamey's strongest competition, so she does have a good ability here to maybe get some points on the board. And that's a good start. A nice nose wheelie. Already going to start moonwalking it as well. Walks it up onto the ramp. Might lose the hood here. Trying for a combo. Alright, a nice little bit of a combo for the Sparkle Smash as well, as she gets rid of that unicorn's nose. 1 more hit to go for Jamey Sulivan. Let's see what she can do. Still has a lot of work to do in her driving before she's really up there with people like Tristan, who is leading the series, but never know. I mean, some drivers, it just happens over time. They get better and better until they start winning. Jamey is still winless, but we'll see what she can do here. Throws it into reverse, maybe trying to get a combo. Okay, nice. A little combination maneuver for the sparkle smash. Oh, save it, Jamey. Very nicely done. 2 solid hits, neither of them super big, but both pretty consistent. Yeah, the only series that has the one-hit rule is the Destruction series because that's the Stadium Tour. All other series do still have the regular 2-hit format. I forget to clear that up because I still don't even think about talking about there being a new format. But yeah, the new format is only for the Stadium Tour, which is the Destruction series. The Senate series, Speedway series, Arena series, all still have that normal 2-hit format. The only one that will not will be the International series when they do stadiums, but that tour is not kicked off just yet. Alright, we got some good scores coming in. So, from the fans, we got a few fan scores coming in here. Whoops. Okay, having a little bit of trouble here. Alright. Those fan scores coming in. The fan score an 8.412. Experts are going to give that run an 8. So that score for Jamey Sulivan an 8.206. Kicks off two-wheel skills an 8.206. Coming up next, he's been improving over the course of the last few years, but this year he has really been getting good. He started winning competitions. One of those competitions he has won is this two-wheel skills competition, but he has yet to do so on the BeamNG circuit. So let's see what he can do. Mike Christensen, Vendetta. I will say very upfrontly, this is not a great track style for what he can do, but we'll see what he can put down. A nice slap wheel. He's going to walk it up the pod. And a nice combination. So, like I said, Mike has really been improving when it comes to this competition. And he's going to pull off a very nice save. One more move to go for the Vendetta. But that is a great way to start it for Mike. Giving us something that we haven't seen yet and might not see again. So one more hit. Let's see what he can do. Like I've said many times, he is still learning in this competition, but that is a great, great demonstration of what he's capable of. Looks like he's going to go for a front end maneuver on this next one, so something he's been just now starting to do. You can tell he's a little bit new because he's kind of bouncing it around, a little aggressive on the throttle, but he's still walking it really far. I think that's the part that I want to keep in mind here is that even though he's kind of still got that rookie feel to it, it was still a very good hit. So Mike Christensen, Vendetta, 2 nice hits, a little different than what we saw from Jamey, more variety and more innovation. So let's hear it and get those scores in for Mike Christensen and the Vendetta. Score to beat. And the only score so far tonight was Jamey Sulivan's Sparkle Smash with an 8.206. Let's get those scores in for Mike Christensen and the Vendetta. All in all, I'm very impressed by what he could do here. Giving us something that maybe most Mike Christensen fans wouldn't expect. We are, 1 second. We'll take a look at those scores in one moment. We're just preparing for that next driver coming out to the track. Alright, good to go. Alright, so that score to beat currently an 8.206 for Sparkle Smash. Let's see those Vendetta scores. Fans are going to give Mike Christensen a 8.38. Experts are going to give him an 8.25. That score for Mike Christensen, an 8.315, your new leader, Vendetta. Great for Mike there. He lost a lot of points in racing, so getting a lead at any rate is going to help him out. Not a big lead, but it is a lead nonetheless. Coming up next, Jamey Garner, Overboard. Jamey still has some things to learn in this competition, despite at this point just about being a veteran driver, but we'll see what he can do. I mean, sometimes he can pull out some crazy moves, so let's see what he goes for here. I was going to say this track doesn't suit his driving style, but it's hard to say any does. This competition just isn't really Jamey Garner's thing. Let's see what he goes for here, though. He's got options, and he's going with a very interesting thing here. I'm not sure what exactly he's planning on. Okay, he's going to go for a reverse popper off the Batwing. That's a creative choice. Again, giving us something new. We haven't seen this at either Gilbert show so far, so I do appreciate that. Slaps it down into a slap wheelie. Oh, man! A quadruple wheelie combo for Jamey Garner and the overboard. He's got one more hit to go. Let's see what he can put down. So far, one of the coolest moves of the night. Kind of up there with his crash from racing. One more attempt. Going over the Batwing again. Looks like he's not going to use it, though. A big sky wheelie. Oh, man. It sounded like in the course of that sky wheelie, he tried to shift into second, but that truck wasn't shifting. They're going to have to put that truck in the pits, and they're going to have to check out that transmission, just make sure everything's all right. It should all be fine. I don't see there being any actual issues, but two good hits from Jamey Garner. Neither of them necessarily the craziest thing we've seen, but definitely both unique, new, something to get the fans on their feet. That's what Jamey Garner has been needing. All right, fans, get those scores in. Score to beat still belongs to Vendetta with an 8.315. Fan scores are coming in. The fan score for Vendetta is an 8.656. Expert scores an 8.25. That score for Jamey Garner, an 8.453. Your new leader, Jamey Garner, overboard, 8.453. So great for Jamey Garner. Goes a little old school, but it does pay off. So goes to show that sometimes the fans just want to see something that'll get them entertained. And Jamey definitely put that down. Coming up next. Now this is one of the drivers you got to look out for because he is a world champion in this competition. Please welcome Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Armando, like I was just saying, this is really his playing grounds. He is one of 4 different drivers to become a world champion in this competition. And he is one of 2 world champions in this competition on this series. Let's see what he can do now. Goes in for that first hit. Cool, calm, and collected. Gets it done. Very nice start to this move for Armando. Don't lose it, though. Gotta be very careful here about what you do. I'm already loving this, though. Perfect balance. This is incredible stuff. Goes in for the combination. Couldn't quite grab it, but look at that. He's still going to get a slap wheelie out of it. A great first hit for Armando Castro. He's got one more move to go. Very, very smooth first hit. Easily the best, or most controlled thing, I should say, that we have seen so far. Let's see what he can do on hit number 2. Going to go for a different part of that pod. This is a little bit more risky because it doesn't have as much of a bite to it, so it'll be harder to get what he's looking for, but he's going to go for it. Perfect. Just let that truck naturally roll onto where he needed it. Goes in for the nose pick popper. Oh, what a save! Armando Castro. I don't know what to call. That was awesome. That was incredible. Armando Castro, fast nose wheelie, nose picks it, goes over, 1 wheel save. That was awesome. I am blown away. What a move by Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. What a move. Get those scores locked in. That was incredible. One of the coolest things all season long. All right. Those scores are in. Let's see that fan scores coming in high. It's a 9. Oh, nope, sorry. It's a, yeah, it is. It's a 9.015. Experts are going to give that run a 9.25. So Armando Castro, a 9.133. Your new leader, El Toro Loco, to no real surprise. That was awesome from Armando Castro. Still have 6 more drivers to go, so the action's still just getting started. Coming up next, Brandon Toluchka and Living on the Edge. Brandon does a lot of things that other drivers won't do. Even on the smaller circuits, he'll do everything. He has his own move called the handstand. He'll do bicycles and sidewalls. I mean, Brandon Toluchka can really do it all. Let's see what he goes for tonight, though. He's going to have to do something crazy to take the lead. Very fast start to this move, but he's going to very quickly get it caught. So, nicely done. Turning those tires. Rear steering moving. Look at that. He has shut off the truck. Brandon Toluchka, Living on the Edge, no longer has power. He is now steering the front. This is awesome. No other driver will give this. Something unique to Brandon Toluchka. Fires the truck back up. That was awesome, but he's not done yet. What else can he throw into this move? He goes for a slap moonwalk. He nails it. Look at this. Gonna walk it back up the pod. Keep it nice. Keep it nice. Great balance and control. Brandon Toluchka very much in the runnings for a big moment here. Nice. Looks like he might have tried to save one more moonwalk out of that, but still very cool. A great first hit by Brandon Toluchka, the longest move of the night. What can he do on hit number 2? He'll do anything, so the question is, what thing will he go for? Interesting. Lining up for something here. Gets it onto those side 2 tires. Let's hear it for Brandon Toluchka, Living on the Edge. He went for the bicycle, but it looks like he just couldn't get as up on the side as he wanted to. So a great attempt there, but maybe not exactly what he was going for. It's unfortunate because I know he's really been trying to climb up those points standings, but still a nice move. Score to beat is a 9.133 for the El Toro Loco. Get the scores in for Brandon Toluchka, Living on the Edge. That also marks halfway through this competition, so we'll have 5 drivers down and 5 more to go. Keep those scores coming. Alright, fan scores are in. The fan score for Living on the Edge is... it's an 8.87. Experts give an 8.75. So that score, an 8.810, currently going to be enough for second place, an 8.810. On that note, coming up next to the track, please welcome Team Throttle Monsters, Dalton Widener, shell-shocked. Let's see what he can do. Welcome everyone coming in. See some new people joining. He's taking it onto the pod. Let's see what he goes for. Onto those front tires. Don't lose it. Alright, a scary start for Dalton, but he's going to very quickly get his things back together. He's very good at this competition, so. Dalton Widener, I'm sure he's not too afraid here. He knows how to keep a truck balanced. He just has to make sure not to miss shift like some drivers tonight have. I think that might have been what happened to Brandon Toluchka, because he slammed the gas after his bicycle. It almost sounded like he might have been trying to do a moonwalk, but couldn't get it into reverse. Very interesting. So, Dalton Widener, in any case here, doing a great job of staying balanced. And this takes more skill than what Brandon did, because Brandon did kind of use the front of his chassis. Dalton is just using those front two tires, which is a lot more balance and precision involved. So, oh man! Alright, a nice move for the shell-shocked. He's going to have one more hit to go. A solid attempt, but I'd like to see maybe a little bit more than that. That is the underglow from the truck hitting the smoke. Oh man! Tough break for Dalton, maybe. No, he's going to get it back in a nice combo. He is walking a backwards wheelie. This is incredible. I have not seen very many drivers with this much focus and precision so far tonight. Back onto those front two tires. Dalton Widener giving Armando a run for his money. The difference is Dalton doesn't have that big wow factor that Armando did, so let's see if he can find that or not. He's not much of a wow moment kind of guy. He's more of a balance and precision kind of guy here. Great move. Save it. Oh, man. What a hard crash. That crash came out of nowhere. I don't know what happened for the shell-shocked. He was very close to being able to save it. I don't know, maybe just too much momentum in the sidewall. That truck went flying over. And that's going to do it. So, two great hits for the shell-shocks, but do keep in mind that that second one, unsuccessful. Get those scores locked in for the shell-shocked with a crazy rollover at the end of the run. And also keep in mind that score to beat is a 9.133 for the El Toro Loco. You know what? I'm going to start posting the score to beat in the chat after a new driver takes the lead each time, so that's easier to follow. Alright. The fan score comes in at a 9.16. Expert score is going to be a 9. So that score, a 9.080. Enough for second place. Well deserved for Dalton Widener and the shell-shocked. Yeah, a little bit of a sway bar breakage, but shouldn't be too much of a problem there. And since he placed pretty high up in that competition, he will be coming out a little bit later in freestyle. Alright, coming up next, driving the BKT, please welcome Tristan England. He won this competition at the last show earlier this week. Let's see if he can do it again. He's going to have to do something crazy. I don't know what he can do, but, well, I know what he can do. I don't know what he will do. I mean, there's so many options on a floor like this. It might only be 2 obstacles, but there are so many opportunities, especially when you can drive like Tristan England. He can do a lot of different things. Goes onto those front two tires. Tristan England is really the king of this competition. The combo king, of course, being John Zimmer Jr., while Tristan kind of is that same guy. I mean, he can do any kind of combo you could ask for on the side, on the front, on the rear. Tristan can do literally everything. In this competition, he just walked all the way over the pod, gets his bearings back, and now he's walking forward back towards the pod. This is great. Goes in for the nose pick. Trying to get one more combination out of that move. Very nicely done by Tristan England in the BKT. That was pretty cool, but I'm not sure if it's enough quite yet. He's going to need something very spectacular here on hit number 2. Oh, this is interesting. It actually looks like he's eyeing the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp, but the backside of it, we'll very rarely ever see this done. If ever at all. I mean, Tristan England is doing something very unconventional here. But I was saying he was going to have to do something new, and that's what he's doing, so see what he goes for here. Oh, pops it up onto the ramp, gets a wheelie out of it. He's going to need a big save. Wow! Let's hear it for Tristan England, BKT. Absolutely incredible work by Tristan England. 2 solid hits. Hey, all I'm going to say, here on the circuit, no driver will be suspended for innovating. In fact, Tristan England attempted 2 kahunas at the Gilbert show earlier this week. Neither of them was completely successful, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another one in freestyle later tonight. That's all I'll say. Get those scores in. That was an awesome run. Wasn't as controlled as I'm usually expecting from him, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing today. It just gave a lot of action, so very nicely done by Tristan England. Alright, let's see those scores, fans. Might only be 1 fan score for this run. Alright. Scoring is closed. Fan score is a 9.31. Experts give him a 9.25. So Tristan England, a 9.280. Your new leader, BKT. Nicely done, Tristan England. Now I'm going to post those scores in the chat as well, so that you can keep track throughout the competitions. It's kind of too late here because there's only 2 drivers left. Or sorry, 3 drivers left for this competition, but still something nice to have in mind. So, Tristan England holding that score to beat. Coming up next, though, the black and green wrecking machine, Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Matt Cody's kind of a dark horse in this competition. He can do a lot of different moves. You just never know what he's going to do. And sometimes that's a nice thing for him, is you never know what to expect. And it's a fun thing to see. Favorite driver easily got to be Tim Hall Jr., but in terms of actual driving, maybe John Zimmer Jr. Tim Hall Jr. is just my favorite as a guy. Lots of great trucks on the circuit, but right now Matt Cody's hitting the track, so let's see what he can do. Starts it off with a nice nose wheelie. Great combination. I don't know why I said combination. Not really a combo. Now it's a combo because he's putting a moonwalk into it, but nice. I love seeing drivers take it on and off the pod like that. It's such a satisfying thing to see. And Matt Cody is very experienced in doing things like that. I mean, look at this. This is impeccable. Up and onto the pod once again. Into reverse combination. Great move right now for Matt Cody. If he wants to try and keep on shortening Tristan's lead. This is what he needs to do. He might be done for that first hit. Yes, he is. Very nicely done by the Gravedigger. One more move to go. See what he goes for here. Onto those side two BKTs. Oh my gosh! Whoa! What a move! Matt, Cody, and the Gravedigger. Great sidewalls. Caught it onto one wheel somehow. And it kicked him back onto all fours. What a great, great run by the Gravedigger. That is what Matt Cody needed if he wanted to try to knock down Tristan England some more. A perfect, perfect run there. I don't really have any complaints. Two great hits. First one was a combination. Second one, a little bit ragged edge. It's what the fans want to see. It's what the experts want to see. It's what everyone wants to see. Nice work from Matt Cody. Get those scores in. Alright. Score to beat. Still posted there. It's a 9.280 for the BKT. That score from the fans, a 9.612. The experts give it a 9.5. So Matt Cody, a 9.556. Your new leader, the Gravedigger. And there are only 2 drivers left to go to try to knock him out. Coming up next, the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahon, Whiplash. BM chassis is fun to sidewall. It just loves to tip itself, but with enough throttle control with a pedal, it's pretty easy to get down with just a little practice. But it's definitely pretty tricky, or so I've heard from the BM chassis drivers, of course, like Armando and Camden. Alright, here we go. Brianna Mahon and Whiplash. This is not Brianna's competition, so we'll see what she can do here. Really, for both the remaining drivers, this isn't exactly their thing, so we'll see what happens here. Brianna, she's getting very interesting on that hit. Alright. Solid move for Brianna Mahon. She's always had a hard time getting that truck to balance. You could hear the way that throttle is. She kind of was bouncing around a little bit more than other drivers who may be a little bit more controlled. I'd like to see her improve on that here in the second hit. Alright, nice little bit of a combination. Two pretty solid hits for Brianna Mahon. Brianna, watch out for the wall. Jeez. Didn't hit it hard enough to get a penalty, but that is not something you want to do. Alright. Oh, I gotta change the score to beat. I forgot that was a thing that had to happen. Alright, get those scores locked in for the Whiplash. Yeah, most drivers are not super controlled when it comes to moves like that, but Brianna gave it a good attempt. Alright. Fan scores coming in huge for the Whiplash. Fans are going to give an 8.936. Experts are at 8.5. Sorry, it was an 8. I might have said 9.36, whatever. It was a 8.936. For the fans, experts a 9.5. So Whiplash an 8.718. Not going to be enough for that top spot for Brianna Mahon and the Whiplash. Coming up last, your racing winner, looking to go 2 for 2 on the day. Please welcome Alex Bardin, Velociraptor. Man, I will say, Alex is not necessarily the winner, the typical winner in this competition, but he has been getting some sick moves in the past couple of shows. So we'll see what he can do. Alright, very nice for Alex. Making sure to keep it nice and collected here. He's good at these moves. He just doesn't usually get the winning ones. He's just got to try and work on that a little bit more. Goes in for a combo. This might be another one of those big saves I've been talking about. Yes, it is. That's the third time this season that Alex has done that exact move. It's crazy how frequently that's happened for specifically the Velociraptor. This time the body's going to stay intact, so good for Alex, but a crazy move. It's crazy how many times that's happened. One more hit to go here. Alright, nice. Get it back, Alex. Oh, man. Whoa! What? What? Where did that come from? Alex just pulled out a second crazy save out of basically thin air. There was nothing that prompted that to happen. It just did. What an interesting move for Alex Bardin. A great run, though. Two very nice hits. Getting the fans on their feet. But will it be enough? That's the question you fans have to answer at Judges Zone. What a run. Scores are coming in. Fan scores are in. And that fan score whoops, my apologies. That fan score a 9.22. Expert score 9.25. So Alex Bardin a 9.235. Not going to take the win, which means for the first time this season, Matt, Cody, and Gravedigger is your Skills Challenge winner. And now leading your overall event championship points standings. Great news there for Matt Cody as he looks to try and dethrone Tristan England on the series. Well, now Tristan's lead has been shortened by Matt Cody, but only by 2 points throughout this entire event. So he's still got some work to do, but regardless, that was a spectacular skills challenge. 5 scores had were a 9 or higher. And every other score was in the 8. So every driver on their A game today. But we're going to have to see how freestyle is going to go here, because freestyle, the order in freestyle is going to be based on the series standings. So very quickly, just going to keep adding everyone up. Looks like Brandon Toluchka is going to fall behind once again. So unfortunately, he's been doing that quite a bit. Yeah, Brandon Toluchka. Whoops, I just messed up like everything I was doing. Okay. Brandon Toluchka, unfortunately, going to fall behind Dalton and Armando after his not quite getting what he was going for there in skills. Alex Bardin, placing third, is going to continue doing a great job in points, knocking down Mike Christensen. For the first time this year, Mike falls out of the top 4. Matt Cody has now shortened Tristan England's lead to only 12 points going into freestyle, which means coming out of this show, no matter what, Tristan is still going to be your series leader. But Matt Cody continues to try and close that gap as time goes on. And there's a tie for the overall points chase right now as in the overall, as Alex Bardin and Matt Cody both have 18 points. So I expect them both to be on their A game in freestyle. With all that being said, that word freestyle is now going to be the focus, because it's time for the last competition of the night. This is the one that I know all of you came here for. The reason all you watch this sport is for freestyle. And it's finally time to make our way into that competition. It's been an all-out night. All these drivers have been doing a great job. Unfortunately, though, there's one driver that's kind of an exception. She's been sitting in last place all season long. Or at least for a good portion of the season. She's been sitting in last place. And she got last place all night. So she is going to be kicking off freestyle once again for this last competition. So coming up last tonight. The last competition of the night. Coming up first, Jamey Sulivan, Sparkle Smash. Let's see what Jamey can put down here. Alright, 1 second. Should be good to go. Jamey Sulivan kicks off freestyle. Whoa! Big air for the Sparkle Smash. Man, Jamey is a very much just like go do stuff driver. She's not necessarily calculated or too afraid in her driving style. She just goes and hits stuff. Interesting start to the run so far. Really taking advantage of every inch of that track. More huge air for the Sparkle Smash. Oh man, so Jamey, she's really looking to finally make something happen here. What has effectively been a very bad year for her. Huge wheelie right here. Trying to make something happen. Huge wheelie. Oh my gosh. That was a crazy move for Jamey. Going sky high here. Goes for a... I don't think she was going for the backflip, but she did hit the backflip ramp to get a big sky wheelie there. A common thing to see in arenas. Now it might be Morgan & Morgan backflip time. A big opportunity for Jamey. She hasn't done this in a little while. She lands it. Throws it into reverse. Alright, a nice run going here. Hold on, that clock is paused at 25 seconds. Something's broken. We're going to make sure it's not a 4-link bar. Oh, yeah, that's done. Let's hear it for Jamey Sulivan, Sparkle Smash. Gonna leave 25 seconds unfilled for that run. Just broke on that landing on the backflip, went a little too hard. And that was enough to end it. So, let's hear it for Jamey Sulivan. No score to beat. That's the first run of the night. So Jamey is setting the bar. Go ahead and get those scores in for the first run of the night. Keep in mind, 9 more competitors still to go. Yeah, it was a sway that went out there. Not a sway bar, though. It was just part of the undercarriage there. So, tough for Jamey Sulivan. Get those scores in. We don't actually shut off sway bars here if it's just a sway bar, but that was a little bit of a bigger breakage there. Last call for fan scores. Not seeing any coming through here. I don't know if I'm wrong or if it's just not loading or what. Alright, hold on. Alright. Yeah, one more chance to get those scores in, fans. Time's ticking. Let's see here. Scores coming in for the Sparkle Smash. Experts are going to give that run an 8 flat. Looks like fan score comes in at an 8.41. That's an 8.205 as Jamey Sulivan kicks off freestyle. She's kicked off every competition so far, but not had great luck in any of them. Coming up next, from one Jamey to the next, please welcome Jamey Garner, Overboard. The thing with Jamey in this competition is he drives to entertain and not to win. So he'll do the coolest stuff, but just end up in last place somehow anyway. Let's see what he goes for here tonight, though. Oh, fans! I think Jamey Garner might be eyeing the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp at the start of his run. This is a signature move for Jamey. He's going to nail it. Nice. So Jamey Garner, he's going to go pull out his go-to move. And now he's just got 2 minutes, basically, to do whatever he wants. It's a good strategy to do the backflip first. It's just not always the most reliable. Look at the air. Full transfer from batwing to pod. And a big save. So Jamey Garner might be looking at his first win of the season, but he's got to keep this up. Oh, man. He is going save after save right now. And he's still got 80 seconds left, so this is great. I'm loving what we're seeing. Huge elevation. Some serious elevation for the overboard. There's not a ton of speed, but there's a lot of air, a lot of wow moments. This is a great run so far. More huge air, another big transfer. Oh, he's going up and over. Back onto all fours. This is great. Jamey Garner finally might be looking a little bit competitive this year. After having a great fall season, he's been having a pretty rough time this year, but this is completely different than the Jamey Garner we've been seeing the rest of the season. This is spectacular. Wow, he's also going to take advantage of every single inch of that track. Oh, man! Straight vertical for the overboard. That was great. Jamey Garner, nothing is slowing him down right now. He's still got 10 more seconds left. Wow. One more move to go. Full sends it once again. What a great run. Oh, can he get one more save out of it? He's trying, not a lot of room. He pulls off the save. Jamey Garner and the overboard. What an insane run. Get those scores locked in. He's going to take it onto the pod to celebrate a little bit. That was awesome. Second run of the night. And I think he had 5 saves and got maybe 50 feet up in the air. That was insane. Jamey Garner doing freestyle right. Not every driver's able to run like that, but Jamey Garner certainly just blew everyone away. That was spectacular. Fan scores come in at a 9.455. Experts give it a 9.5. So Jamey Garner, a 9.478. Not even close. Your new leader, Jamey Garner, and the overboard, 9.478. I'm going to have to write that down really quick. Alright. Insane for the overboard. Coming up next, rising star, still a little young into his Monster Jam career, Brandon Toluchka, living on the edge. Oh, I'd be terrified to be Brandon right now and have to follow up that insane run for the overboard, especially someone like Brandon Toluchka who doesn't get to do floors this big super often with Monster Jam. It's got to be a scary experience, but he's doing a great job so far, making sure to keep the speed up. That's my big critique for Jamey, is the momentum was a little rough. Well, Brandon's already delivering plenty of that momentum. Tries to get technical. Wow, okay, a random wheelie out of basically thin air. That was actually pretty cool. Whoa! Okay. Brandon Toluchka, he's quite literally was living on the edge right there. It was the edge of the track, the edge of one wheel. That was an awesome move. He's definitely on track to get a great score. I'm not sure exactly how he's going to try to top Jamey's run, though. Good air, I'll say that. He keeps getting a little bit too close to rolling over, and it's freaking me out. Oh, man! Huge air, he's going up and over. What a save! Something about that truck's looking a little funky, but no breakages that I can see. It's Morgan & Morgan backflip time. Let's hear it for living on the edge. Well, it took a second to notice what was wrong. The shock tower is definitely broken. Goes for the backflip. Gets a huge wheelie, no backflip, and that truck is definitely broken. Alright, well, while you fans get your scores locked in, we're going to take a quick 1-minute break here. Alright, we're back. Ready to get back into the action here. So, let's see those scores. Fans score for living on the edge, 8.992. Experts give him a 9. It's an 8.996 for Brandon Toluchka. Currently enough for second place. A big score, but we're going to have to see how well that holds up as the night goes on, because this has really been an all-out competition, and every point's going to count. So, a good score, but it's not the lead, so we'll see how it goes. For Brandon Toluchka. Coming up next, driving for Team Throttle Monster, please welcome Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Dalton getting that new identity to himself. I'm sure that's an exciting but scary thing to go into your first season in a new truck, but he's getting off to a nice start. He showcased this truck in the Fall Brawl series, and actually, he did struggle a little bit, but he also had some good moments, so we'll see what he can do here. I am noticing that truck is looking a lot more stable as this series has gone on, and he's learned to handle that chassis. He's been doing a much better job of keeping it on all fours, and that's what I'm talking about. Huge save right there for the Shell Shocked. It might not have been a super long save, but it saved him from a huge crash, so very nicely done by Dalton. Big air, oh man. He might need another big save here. What a run we were seeing. Oh, that might be it. What? Dalton Widener, save of the night. Right when I thought no one would be able to take the lead from Jamey, Dalton is coming out here putting down the best run of the entire year if he can fill time. Goes in for a technical move, couldn't get it. This is going to be a crazy freestyle competition. If we're just now getting halfway in, and this is what we're seeing, I mean, this is insane. Dalton Widener in the Shell Shocked. Incredible work so far. Goes for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. He's going to nail the landing. What else can he do? Huge air. Oh, man. This is great. Another big save. Now Jamey Garner's got to start getting nervous because this is insane. Probably the best thing we've seen from Team Throttle Monster all season long. Another huge full send. That's what we want to see. Another save. Dalton Widener in the shell shock trying to keep this going. He just lost rear steer. Throws it into reverse. Trying to get technical with it. He's still going here. Time expires. That's going to do it for Dalton Widener and the shell shocked. What a freestyle run. He used every inch of his space, everything that truck had in it. That was awesome. Well, after what's effectively been a pretty rough season for Dalton thus far, that's exactly what he needed to do. That's going to get him some huge points here. If the scores reflect the effort put into that run. That was awesome. One of the best freestyles I have ever seen. Alright, we're going to get prepared for that next driver now. I think we might be halfway in. No, what? I thought we were halfway in. That's only 3 drivers in. There's still 7 or no, okay, sorry. No. That was driver number 4. There's 6 left. Dude, the key to shifting is actually having a physical shifter. That's what makes the difference. It's so awesome. Alright. Dalton Widener, the fans give him a 9.659. Experts, a 9.5. That score for the Shell Shocked, a 9.580. Your new leader, Dalton Widener, with a huge, huge score. Your score to beat. Again, that score is a 9.580. What a spectacular run. Well, 6 drivers left, and the bar has been set on the moon at this point. That's how high these drivers are going to have to go. Up next to the track, we have Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Not much left of that truck after his crazy saving skills, but he's going to use what's left of that crazy bull to try and put down a winning freestyle. Of course, representing the 25th anniversary of such a big truck, you got to go all out, but I mean, that was such a crazy run from Dalton. I'm not too sure what Armando can even do at this point. He's getting started, though. Great air kicking off the run. Oh, wow. Immediately getting super technical. That's what I love to see. Oh, wow. Big air as well. So Armando Castro immediately... Oh, man. He's got to be careful here. Oh, man. He's going to leave 96 seconds on the clock, which means he will not qualify for a score. That's super rough for Armando, because he's really been trying to dig himself out of his pretty bad spot in the series standings for quite a while. But, I mean, unfortunately, if you can't stay on all fours, you're not going to be placing well. And Armando definitely not staying on all fours right there. Tough break for the El Toro Loco. He was off to a great run. Well, it was cool while it lasted, but that does mark our halfway point here in freestyle. It's half down, half to go. The Crazy Bull got a little too crazy out there, as Armando Castro is going to have to put it in the pits for the night. Coming up next, Team Throttle Monster Captain Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Let's see what he can do. No stranger to driving a monster truck. He has been doing this for years and years. I guess you could call him the veteran out of this field of drivers. He is pretty long running in the sport. Let's see what he can do, though. Looks like he's eyeing that Batwing to get started. We've seen a few drivers do this so far. Seems like the more reliable choice. Mike Christensen, a nice full send getting the run started here. Slow down there, maybe try to get a technical move. Couldn't quite get the grab he needed. I'm not sure how well this track agrees with Mike. We'll see what he can put down, though. Right off the bat, I'm liking the air we're seeing. Look at that. Great transfer. He's not holding back air in the airfield here, but not sure what else he's going to be able to throw into this run. More incredible air for the Vendetta, though, so that's what we need to see. What? Oh, what? Can he save it? That truck doesn't want to save. What a weird move. I don't know what that was. That is one of the weirdest saves I've ever seen, but it was also super, super cool, whatever it was. Mike Christensen, oh, he's going to need another big save here, just like Dalton. What is going on with Team Throttle Monster today? Mike Christensen now also starting to fill his run with great saves. I don't know what's going on for the team right now. We have Mike Christensen and Dalton Widener pulling out the craziest saves I've ever seen. Alex Bardin currently leading the point standings. This is crazy. Ah, well, there's no saving that. Let's hear it for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. An absolutely great freestyle run, but unfortunately he's going to leave about 30 seconds. Just couldn't quite keep it up. All the power to him, though. That was a great, great run, all things considered. Get those scores in. Mike Christensen, a very eventful and also very interesting run right there. Giving us something we haven't seen yet. Well, we've seen a lot of great saves so far, but, I mean, those were saves that I've never seen anything like it. Those were awesome saves. Keep in mind that score to beat. Still at 9.580 for the Shell Shocked. Experts give Mike a 9.25. Fans give him a 9.398. So that score for Vendetta, a 9.324. Currently enough for third place. And that, you know what, that says a lot about this show. When a 9.3 is only enough for third place, you know something crazy had to have been happening at that show. This show has been so eventful. There's still 4 runs and an encore left to go. Coming up next, your skills winner and your racing winner and overall points leader right now, Alex Bardin, Velociraptor. I'd say freestyle is the thing that Alex probably needs to improve the most in, but not to say he's bad. I just think in terms of competition, especially at what is almost the stadium level for this tour, it's definitely a little different here. So let's see what he can do regardless. He's off to a nice start here. Nice wheelie. So, oh, got a little technical right there. Something to maybe spice up the run a little bit. Oh, big air. He's got to be careful on this landing. Is it another huge save for Team Throttle Monster? He is trying to get it. Oh, wait. There's no power to the truck. He is living on the sidewalls. Can he do a Chris Kohler here and refire on the sidewalls? Are you kidding me? Alex Bardin with one of the greatest saves in BeamNG's history on the channel. That was amazing. Team Throttle Monster is on another level tonight. Huge air for the Velociraptor. What is going on? Alex Bardin is going off the rails in this run. He's still got about 20 seconds left. Full sends it. Oh, man. I don't know where these drivers are still pulling these wow moments from. Alex is going to go for one more move on the bicycle. He's got it. What a run by the Velociraptor. I don't know what I just saw, but that was one of the coolest things I have ever seen. I need to take a look back at that save just for myself. That was wild. He went onto the pod, front end pirouette, onto the sidewalls, tried to get it back. Truck could not get the grab he needed. Twists over onto the sidewalls. It somehow stayed on the sidewalls. He got the call to refire and saved it. What a run. Is it going to be enough? The fans score a 9.612. Experts a 9.5. That score for the Velociraptor a 9.556. So close to being that new lead, but it's not quite going to do it. Alex Bardin, so close to that top spot. On that note, only 3 drivers remain, but this is where things are going to get crazy. This driver coming up next is literally named after how crazy her freestyles can be. Then we have the driver who got second in Thursday's freestyle, and then closing is the driver who won the last freestyle. This is about to be a crazy rest of the competition. Coming up next, the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahon, Whiplash. All these drivers have to be so fired up right now as they watch their other competitors do these crazy things. It's kind of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's like, wow, that was really cool. I'm glad I got to see that. The other side of it is, how on earth do I follow that up? Brianna Mahon, Whiplash, probably asking herself that right now. Big error kicks off this run. So a great way to start things off. Brianna Mahon, let's see what else she can do here. Oh man, careful. Oh! Already getting a great save in the run. That's what she needs. Immediately she's throwing in some of that carnage that she is named after. This is a great start to the run. Brianna Mahon. She definitely could take the lead, but it's going to take a lot of consistency and a lot of wow moments in the course of her own run. She's off to an excellent start with that, though. Full sends it right there. I mean, I don't really have any complaints so far. This is a great run, great momentum, great air, lots of wow moments, and good saves. Spinning this around, it might be Morgan & Morgan backflip time. Oh! Oh no! Let's hear it for Brianna Mahon and Whiplash. Well, she landed the backflip. It looked like she was about to really turn things up. But that front right shock tower, you see it right there, it is broken. That's going to do it for Brianna Mahon. The only immediate shutoffs here in the circuit are 4-link bars and shock towers. Unfortunately, Brianna Mahon finds herself breaking one of those. And it's going to put an early end to what was a great freestyle run. Keep in mind that score to beat. You actually put that score to beat back just so that we don't forget. Oh no, it is still the same score to beat. Never mind. All right. Fans give her a 9.14. Experts give her a 9. So that score for the Whiplash, a 9.070. It's not going to be enough for that top spot. I would also like to say, we have already seen 5 runs in the 9s and 1 run at an 8.996. That's basically 6 different runs in the 9s out of 8 drivers. That is insane. That just goes to show how competitive this tour is. All sorts of crazy things in this show. But we still got 2 more left to go. And these are the drivers who are really trying to get that series championship so far. But this next one's one you can never count out, because it's the black and green wrecking machine, Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Huge air for Matt Cody, not going to waste a second in this run. I did notice at the last show that Gravedigger truck seems to do a much better job at getting air than some other trucks. This is what I mean, look at that. He transferred that like there was nothing even there. And he's already getting technical. This is a great start to the run for Matt Cody. He's full sending it on every hit, which, I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. He kind of needs to do that if he wants to have any chance tonight. He's opting for a more momentum-based big air freestyle than one of those ragged edge ones we've seen, but even he's getting kind of on the edge right now. This is a crazy competition right now. Full send, that's what you want to see. It's technical, okay. He's got about 70 seconds left on the clock, making sure to make use of each and every one of them. Incredible air, definitely the best air we've seen since maybe Jamey Garner, if not at all. Might be Morgan and Morgan backflip time. Oh, what a weird landing, but he's going to land it regardless. That's what Matt Cody and Gravedigger's been needing in this run. He's backing out. Oh man, watch out, fans. Air of the night. Perfect downside too. Oh man. Well, he didn't break anything, so he's able to keep going, but that's going to be a 5-point penalty because he definitely hit that wall pretty hard. Regardless, though, this is a great run. We are getting very old school. I'm loving it. Throws it into a bicycle here. Couldn't get too much out of it, but still a very cool move. Maybe has time for one more move here. Goes in for another bicycle. Oh, could not save that one. What a run for Matt Cody. Filled all 2 minutes. Great air, great momentum, great wow factor. Unfortunately, couldn't save it, and is also unfortunately going to be losing 5 points on the night. Alright, well, might not have ended exactly how we wanted it to, but that was still a great run all the way through. Not a single dull moment in that freestyle. Get those scores locked in for Matt Cody. That score to beat still belongs to Dalton Widener, who put down a 9.580. Let's see those scores for the Gravedigger. Oh, don't worry, no. The penalty is different. It's not 5 points off the scores. It's 5 points off the event. So like if he got like first in racing and got 10 points, well he'd only actually get 5 points. But that's not how the penalty will work. So I'm gonna assume that's a 9.21 and an 8. So the fan score tonight for Gravedigger is an 8.605. Experts are gonna give the run a 9.25. So Matt Cody. Well, I don't know what just happened. Hold on. My thing just had a heart attack. Alright. Fans an 8.605. Experts a 9.25. Matt Cody is a 8.928. Not enough for that top spot. And that's actually really unfortunate for him because he placed pretty low down and is getting that penalty. He actually lost more points than he'll end up gaining from freestyle, which is tough for Matt Cody, but sometimes that's just how it's going to go. On that note, only one driver remains. Your last freestyle winner, your series points leader. Please welcome Tristan England, BKT. If there's anyone able to knock out Dalton Widener at the rate this event is going, this is the only one that I could see doing it. Tristan England coming up last here in freestyle. Well, at the last freestyle, he got basically a 9.8, so it's evident Tristan is able to do whatever in this truck. 1 second, clock is paused. That run is going to continue. Just have to fix one thing here to make sure that this is fair and square. Alright. That truck is refired. Time will resume on the next hit. My apologies. I know that was a weird break. It was just to make sure that this was fair. The truck was shifting a little funky. Made a couple quick adjustments and we're good to go now. Big air right there for Tristan. Getting technical, one wheel. What was that move? Well, that's what he's going to need to do in this run, and he already understands what it's going to take to try and beat Dalton Widener. I mean, this is a great start to the freestyle. Watch out, Tristan. Don't run out of room there. Full sending it now, so this is what we're going to need to see. Some big air. Good action. What? What was that? I can't even, like... It's hard to react to what's happening because it all happens so fast. I don't even know what I just saw. Oh, no. Man, let's hear it for Tristan England in the BKT. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. He might get a chance here. He does still have 57 seconds. Officials are saying he's on the sidewalls. There is still a possibility to save this. We're going to give him the chance. Hold on, fans. Hold on. Hold on. He does it! You have to be kidding me. What just happened? This is the craziest thing I have ever seen. Did he just do a consecutive mini flip? What is happening? Are you kidding me? I don't know what's going on in this run anymore. This is one of the craziest things I have ever seen. He's still got about 30 seconds left to go. Huge sky wheelie. Oh man! He just got a really weird twist on that truck. What else can he throw into this run? He goes for the kahuna. Can he land it? He's trying. He's trying in reverse. He can't get it back. What a freestyle from Tristan England. BKT. That was the craziest thing I have ever seen. That was insane. Broke a 4-link bar. Doesn't matter. He killed it out there. I don't even know what to say. What was that? Alright, well. The fan score is a 9.95. The expert score is a 10. So, Tristan England, a 9.975. Your winner in freestyle, Tristan England, BKT, with maybe the highest score in Monster Jam history. Well, could it be any more deserved than that? Unbelievable. I don't even know what just happened. That was insane. I mean, what just happened? Well, Tristan England's going to pick up that win here in freestyle. Let's take a look at how those points are looking now. So Matt Cody had shortened Tristan England. Oh, Tristan England has exactly 100 points now. And Tristan England now has a 19-point lead on the series. He has expanded his lead by 5 more points. Tristan England is unstoppable. He is a machine out there on the track. No one else is doing the stuff that he's doing. That was the best freestyle I've ever seen. Dalton Widener, also finally gets some good points. And Dalton has made his way into the top 5. There are crazy things happening in the point standings right now. Alright, we're going to take a 1-minute break here. Prepare for an encore. We have an encore coming, fans. Don't you worry. Alright, we are back. Thank you, fans, for those of you who waited for a little bit right there. Wow. What a show. Well, as you know, it wouldn't be a show here on the channel if I wasn't ending it out with a spectacular encore. We have a big encore coming your way in about 30 seconds here. I hope you fans are ready because the El Toro Loco camp is certainly ready. For those of you who are new here on the series, we have had, for celebration of the 25th anniversary of that El Toro Loco machine, encores at every single event. So I'm super excited for tonight's encore because we have something special planned for this encore that we haven't done in any of the other encores so far this year. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything, fans, but there's something big coming in this encore. On that note, I believe it's about time to get this encore underway. Now, one thing is a little bit different with this encore. The rest of the season, we have been seeing Armando Castro on this tour doing the encores, but tonight, we're going to be seeing, putting down the encore, Jamey Garner, El Toro Loco. He is running that original body. That's the encore body. We've been doing different bodies for every encore so far to keep them exciting. Jamey has that classic orange body on the truck as he is driving that encore machine. I'm super excited to see Jamey get a shot to do an encore like this. I think he doesn't get enough opportunities. Look at that. That's a sight to see. Let's see what Jamey, Garner, and the El Toro Loco can do here. I was a little surprised to see him not driving El Toro this season, but regardless, he's going crazy. He clears the BKT. That's what you want to see. He's clearing Tristan England's truck. That's what it's going to take to get the fans on their feet after how insane this whole show was tonight. Jamey, Garner, he's clearing that truck probably a good 3 times by now. I don't know, I'm losing track. He just keeps on going back for more. Look at this. He's going to crush the BKT body, what's left of it on the track. This is a great encore we're seeing. He's going to do it once again. That's what I want to see. I mean, this is great. Jamey, Garner giving you fans the encore you all came here for. Oh! He lands a forward momentum backflip. That's what I'm talking about, Jamey, Garner. That was awesome. A huge sky wheelie. Oh my gosh. He is just going crazy right now. He clears BKT from a cross thread. What on earth has gotten into Jamey, Garner today? Alright fans, let's hear it for that great encore from Jamey, Garner, El Toro Loco, putting a great end to the show tonight, fans. I hope you all enjoyed this. What the? Fans, you see that? Hold on. What's this? It's fired up. Fans, please welcome Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, Stars and Stripes. For the first time this season, a 2-in-1 encore is coming your way. Armando Castro going out there on the track. He clears the BKT. Very nicely done. Oh, is he eyeing Jamey, Garner as well? Armando Castro is just going for it right now. Oh, nice bicycle. Already destroying that brand new body. Oh, wow. Careful, Armando. He's getting really crossed up here. Digs deep for the save. That was awesome. This is a great encore. This might be my favorite one yet this year. Oh, I can't even see what's happening. That truck is buried by the smoke. He did a sidewall from a failed backflip. Oh, look at the hang time. Oh my gosh. Another huge save. Armando is making sure there is nothing left of that body when this is all said and done. This is sick. Oh, he's going to take a page out of Fernando Martinez's book. Goes for a corkscrew off the side of the pod. This is crazy. He's keeping it going here. That truck is trying to keep going, I should say. What is happening? He is still going. He's on the gas, and the truck is on fire. Let's hear it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. And that is gonna do it here. What a show we just saw. Unreal. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Every best freestyle of the year, every one of those freestyles were all in this show. I mean, we saw another fire. That was awesome. Biggest air of the year, you know, that perfect downside for Matt Cody. So many great saves. 2 drivers that refired and did sidewalls while they were on the side. That was crazy. I don't even know what to say. That was such a good show. I don't think there's anything to say, fans. You know, I'm going to leave this one in your heads. Just try to recap everything that happened in this show. That was such an incredible event. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. This was a great show. I'll see you all next time. 1 second here. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next stream. I don't think any other event this year can possibly top this one, because that was the best show I think I've ever put on, but man, what an event.